viewers, Dave from Black Trails Territory, coming at you from Walkers Creek in Litchfield National Park, Northern Territory, Australia. That is my daughter. We're doing a backpacking camping trip for a couple of nights and found a glorious camp spot, just a couple of steps from a waterfall in a natural pond area. So obviously we've been spending a lot of time in the water today. Got about an hour's light left, so do my final review for the day. So a couple of people asked what I carry in my normal day equipment. So I'll run you through it. I wasn't going to do this because I've seen a lot of reviews where people crack out their personal kit and suddenly they get bombarded with comments about why didn't you try product A, why did you choose product B, or one of the things you're carrying is crap, which is one of the reasons I've bought out of it. But a couple of good friends have said, look, would you mind doing a review just on what you do carry, and I'll give in, have a crack at it this time. The knives for this trip, besides my Leatherman Wave, which is on my belt, I'm sure you've seen one of those before. There's a folder carrying the DPX titanium. Another knife that I love, got orange paracord on it. I've travelled through Southeast Asia and I found passing through sort of customs or immigration checkpoints, if you've got bright orange tape on your bags or anything that looks sort of military, tends to they don't quite look at you quite as seriously. And the knife is my favourite, the Hog, or known as Hunters of Gunman, previously known as the Survivology, which is made by Dave Williams, aka Norseman, in the US. Already done a review on this. I love it. My favourite knife. It's coming up with me on all the trips now. So, get on to my day equipment. Just moved location so we don't have quite as much heat or glare. Even though it's 5 o'clock, it's still reasonably hot out here, even for the dry season. The gear I'm going to crack out is basically what I'll carry on any of my day trips. I generally don't carry too much more than this. I prefer a satchel style bag. I've got a couple of European military style ones. I've left one of those over in Queensland where most of my equipment is kept. And I've got my day kit at the moment in this. I'm not sure what brand, it might be a Condor, I'm not sure what brand it is, but it's a sort of a tack looking molly type shoulder bag. I'm not a huge fan of tack looking equipment, I prefer the old rustic look. But this fit the bill at the time I bought it. To put my Pathfinder canteen set in. So cracking it open. That's probably what I'll do this one-handed. Always carry a bandana. So US military style, I bought that overseas quite a number of years back. So the buff style. I either use it as a cover, or I mainly use this for either cooling off or using as a pre-filter when I'm filling my water bottles up. The actual canteen system itself, I've already done a review on this, so I won't bother going into it. There's plenty of videos on these. But if you haven't seen it before, just a quick look. It's a stainless steel system. Comes with a stainless steel canteen, a stove, and a US military or Australian military style cup with or canteen cup with a bailed handle. I'm a big fan of these. Aftermarket, they come with a lid. I've modified this one. I'll show you that in a tick. It's basically as a salt water desalinisation unit. So that's my main, that's the cooking component, something to cook in. I can carry water in the canteen, boil water in the cup canteen. I can also boil water in that system. And if I'm really in the hurt locker in real brackish or salt water, I can turn this into a desalinisation plant, which is extremely slow. Don't think it's going to be the saving grace, but it does work. I've tried it on a number of occasions. Also in the bag, Trangia style, so that's an Esbit Metho, so always full of fuel, and I usually carry a small spare plastic container with probably another one load of fuel for it. I didn't need that today because I'm using the jet foil. Other priority, cordage, just some army style pushy cord. And again for cover, what I've got here, I won't bother cracking it out, it's a plastic bag used for transpiration. So I can either wrap that around a plant if I need to get additional water. You can pull about a cup a day out of these, or if I'm really in the locker and need extra cover, I can cut it open and use that as a mini tarp. So, but I keep it there predominantly as a transpiration bag. Operating in the Northern Territory in the dry season at the moment, where it is definitely not going to rain for quite some months. So I'm pretty confident I'm not going to need the transpiration bag. Have a Mora knife, just one of the clip on the outside, again for a cutting implement. Fire kit, that's a new one, my other one's burnt to hell. Israeli military style hemorrhage control bandage. We've never seen these. These are a little bit expensive, but phenomenal. Bit of first aid kit. Water purification tablets. Not that I tend to use them. Also carry iodine or betadine, which I've used to purify water previously, and just a very basic first aid kit. I've got another one I carry in my cargo pants pocket, so I don't need too much in this. Sharpening and fire. This is a SOG system. It's got a knife sharpener diamond style on one side, a ceramic knife sharpener rod there, and a fire steel for throwing sparks. They do work. I have found, I think I've got a couple of these. The rods actually tend to come off after a bit of usage, so I've put them on with Araldite just to make sure they don't go anywhere. There's a last ditch sharpening and knife system. Yeah, not too bad, it works. Very small individual fishing kit. In my main backpack I carry a bit more of a comprehensive fishing kit, but this is a sort of get out of the hurt locker one. Basically just some braided lines, some small hooks, some split shot, a couple of weights, and there's also a very small couple of needles in there just to do emergency repairs. A magnifying glass. I've got a couple of different versions of the magnifying glass. I use a lot of the plastic Fresnel lenses. I've got one in my medical kit, my fire kit, and my survival kit. Well, as the old saying goes, two is one, one is none. That's quite a sizable on there. If you've never tried firelighting with a magnifying glass, give it a crack. It's amazing how quick you can get a spark going. And as I said, I'm in the Northern Territory in the dry season, where we've got full sun all day with not a cloud in the sky. The additional redundancy for the cover side of it, just a cheap $2 clear poncho. Again, that can double as a tarp if need be, if I don't want to go cutting up my transpiration bag. And lastly, here a bit of tubing. What happens if I want to turn my cooking system into a desalination unit, bring that to the boil. One end over there, wrap usually my bandana or some other cloth that's damp around here, and feed this end into to catch the steam coming off. I'll try and do a separate video on that. It's a system I've been playing around with for a while. You can see how well used that cook set is. It does turn either very manky water or salt water into pure water. It's a very slow process. So you're looking at I'd say it'd be a full day job to try and get a canteen out of it. So you're not going to be doing that with a metho stove or solid fuel. You're going to be using that in a normal campfire system. So you have it. That's my priorities that I carry. You probably notice there's no full fire steel in there. That's because I've got one that's clipped into my Leatherman Wave belt system. Certainly I usually carry a second one. I'm not sure where it's gone, but it will be in there. But everything I need to get by a day is in there. A little bit of emergency gear. As I said, I carry a small personal first aid kit in my cargo pants pocket. The two knives I showed you earlier, that's my complete system. Generally I wouldn't go too far astray from this, no matter what bag I was carrying, and this would be the basics I'd carry all the time. So there we have it. Thanks for watching. About time for myself to have another dip in that pool, I think. Happy trails. Cheers.